Under the Friday Night Lights, it's a clash of the unbeaten. Two teams, two legacies, zero losses. Mount Carmel tough as steel and hungry to defend their tradition, but Brother Rice is surging strong. They're ready to prove that they cannot be stopped. Both undefeated, both relentless, but only one can leave glorious. This isn't just football, this is pride. This is rivalry. This is history in the making. My name is Rocco Lopez, alongside TJ Kolke and Cal Cavazzos. We're here to bring you a great pregame show, and Cal and Brendan Daigle are going to bring you guys a great broadcast later. TJ?
Oh my gosh, Rocco, I got goosebumps after that intro. I mean, that was great. Where'd you cook that one up? I mean, look at Cal. He's excited too.
Yeah, that was
I mean, not only do you bring us a great intro, we got a great game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this game. This could be the best game.
This
This
is going to be the best game of the year.
I mean, not just that, but like of our high school careers.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is better than Loyola Carmel
Yeah.
2022.
Freshman year, I mean, that's hard to beat, but I think that this game will beat it. This is a game with star-studded talent on both sides of the ball for both teams.
Yeah.
We got a great pregame show planned, as always, but first we're going to take a look at some other games that are happening tonight and tomorrow. The first game we're going to take a look at St. Rita at Nazareth. And I mean, TJ and Cal, St. Rita just isn't what they used to be. They're not what they were last year, and they're not what they were before. They're not a 3-win playoff team. I think that, they're a first or second round team. I don't think they can make it to the round before state.
I mean, yeah, they've had a rough year, but you also have to understand they've had a pretty tough season, schedule so far. I mean, they've had to play St. Francis,
Us, and then Brother Rice.
Yeah.
Those aren't easy teams, and I mean, they got shut out by Brother Rice, but they're looking to bounce back tonight at Nazareth against another pretty good team.
I mean, yeah, what is Nazareth, 5th in the state?
They're
right?
5 in the state.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. They gave Carmel a run for their money. I mean, I have to give it to Nazareth here. You can never count out Rita,
No.
but I got Nazareth 18-13.
Cal?
Yeah, I mean, St. Rita, it's one thing to play good teams, but they haven't played those good teams pretty tough. I mean, the game versus Carmel, saw the stats, Rita really, they got some things they need to correct, and they got some things they need to work on for sure. This could probably be another learning game for them to step in the right direction, put up a good fight, and just get some momentum heading into the rest of the season. But I think Nazareth, they're a strong team, had some big plays against Carmel. They got those great receivers. I think it's going to be Nazareth 42, St. Rita 21.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Roadrunners are one of the most complete teams in the state. They're clicking at all the right positions and at the complete right time. They've one loss, and it's to the best team in the state. Jake Seston is emerging as one of the best receivers in the state. Trenton Walker is a great running back / receiver option. I think that this game is going to be close. I got the Roadrunners taking this game 45-23. The next game we have is Batavia at Geneva. Two teams that went down to state last year both lost. I mean, Geneva was kind of carried by their 5-star wide receiver, Georgia commit, Talon Taylor, who's down there right now balling at Georgia. These two teams aren't what they were last year, though, along with, St. Rita, as we said, isn't what they were last year. Batavia and Geneva also aren't what they were last year. This is going to be a very, very close game, in my opinion. It's not going to be high scoring.
I mean, yeah, Batavia's had two tough losses, right? Glenbard West and St. Charles North, both two ranked teams in the state. I remember
Two top 10 teams.
St. Charles North
St.
played
Charles North.
Mount Carmel and
Yeah,
State.
Week 12 last year.
Yeah,
Made a good run.
yeah. I mean, they're good teams. I obviously don't like Batavia. We have some history with Carmel against Batavia, along with that 2021 game.
Yeah.
But I just don't like them. They've had some barn burners, some high-scoring games, but I got Geneva. I got Geneva 21-0 over Batavia.
Yeah, two high-scoring games, which were their losses. They lost by 3 to Glenbard West in Week 1, then lost by 1 against St. Charles North off of 2 touchdowns, and I believe over the last 30 seconds. Cal?
Yeah, Batavia, I mean, once again, I'm kind of with TJ. They call us out for those playoff games. We obviously took care of business. They're not a team that I like, but they've had some tough losses, like we said, against Rita. Or they didn't play Rita, but Rita, those games they lost, those good teams, they didn't really put up a fight. But Batavia put up a good fight against Glenbard and a good fight against St. Charles. So I think they are going to win this game 21-20 in a barn burner.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is going to be a very low-scoring game. I got Batavia taking this one 13-10. Game 3 that we have is going to be the second best game of the night, in my opinion. Two of the top two quarterbacks in the class 2027, and Trey Taylor, who's going to Nebraska, then Israel Abrams, who's Montini's quarterback. He's great. He led that team downstate last year. They won 4A. Trey Taylor's looking for revenge, though. Montini beat Carmel Catholic last year. I think that changes this year. TJ?
I mean, yeah, again, both really good quarterbacks, and really good quarterbacks make for really exciting football games. They create space, they create plays. I mean, they make something out of nothing. And, like, if you're not watching the Carmel Rice game, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, like, that's a good game.
This is the game to watch. And, also, Carmel Catholic reloaded their wide receiver core with Kyron Hart, coming from Michigan City, Indiana. He's one of the best He was the best wide receiver in Michigan, or in Indiana, I apologize. He's going to be one of the best wide receivers in the state next year, mark my words. Montini, though, they got Damasio Oregon, another great wide receiver. He plays Midwest Boom. I watched him in a couple of those Boom games. He looks great, but obviously 7-on-7 isn't the same as actual football. I still think that this game tonight is going to be a barn burner. Cal?
Yeah, I mean, there's one Carmel that I think is going to win tonight. I think it's going to be the Caravans, but Trey Taylor, can't count him out. Committed to Nebraska, best quarterback. I've been hearing about him since his freshman year when they played Mount Carmel for our homecoming. They're a good team. Montini, though, has some good wins. They beat Marist pretty well, and they've been strong this year. So I think they're going to pull this one out. It's going to be another close game. I think they're going to win 21-24.
24-21.
Yeah, 24.
There we go. I think both Carmels are going to win tonight. This is going to be a game for the ages and an offensive shootout. I got Carmel Catholic winning this game 49-42.
I'm going to be different from you here. I got Montini with the one. I got it with 25-23. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game. But what they really need, they need HSA Red Zone. Like, I want to be able to watch.
Yeah, that'd be great. Combine all the streams together.
I mean, for you guys at home, I'm obviously going to be here.
Yeah.
Watch for me in the student section. I'm going to get pretty rowdy.
Yeah, well, I think the whole student section will be getting pretty rowdy. The fourth game that we have tonight is the other CCL Blue matchup going on tonight at Loyola Academy. This game is going to be played Saturday at 1:30 p.m. And, Loyola isn't what they used to be this year. Neither is Ignatius, though. I don't see a world where Ignatius can use that triple option offense and make it a close game. I think Loyola is going to run away with this game.
I mean, yeah, that triple option offense is so annoying.
Yeah.
They had so much possession time last week or 2 weeks ago against Carmel. Barely had anything to show for it. And it's just annoying. It's slow. It's boring to watch. Like, how can you go to that game and, like, genuinely enjoy watching that? Like,
Unless you're watching Mount Carmel's offense only.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's effective when it can be. And obviously they're a CCL Blue team. They're a respectable team. But, again,
Got a little interrupted by freshman football, but, it's okay. We'll push right through it. TJ, continue.
yeah. I mean, this should not be a close game.
No, it really shouldn't be.
Loyola had a rough game against Rice. I don't think that's fully their fault. I don't think they were that bad against Rice. Or I don't think that's, like, indicative of who they are as a team. But I still got Loyola, like, killing Iggy. I got Loyola 42, Iggy 6.
Cal?
Yeah, I'm going to give Iggy their flowers. Like, they played Mount Carmel pretty tough. Obviously, I'd say their offense is the highlight of their team, that triple option. They can occasionally break that big play, and Carmel's got one of the best defenses. And until that kick return, it was 13-7 with 40 seconds left in the half against the best team in the state. So you can't say they're an awful team. I think they're gonna give Loyola a little bit of a tough time. I mean, Loyola, they're playing at home. This game means a lot to them. They just got trounced by Rice. So the fans at Loyola are gonna want this one. They're going to be playing for a lot, even though it's just a conference game. But I think it's going to mean a lot at Loyola. They're not going to disappoint their fans at home. They're going to run away with it. It's going to be 48-21 Ramblers.
Yeah, as I said, I don't see a world where Ignatius can keep this game close. I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They are going to score a touchdown with Robbie Connor, who's a great running back for the CCL Blue, in my opinion. But I got Loyola winning this game 54-10.
I mean, you just got a bunch of high-scoring games today.
Yeah, I like the big scores.
Big scores for a big guy.
Exactly. The fifth game and the final game is the game you're here for, the game we're here for, and the game we've been waiting for since Archbishop Moeller. The Caravan, who are undefeated, will take on the Crusaders, also undefeated in a late-night CCL Blue showdown. TJ?
I think you can call this game the game just like you can call Michigan-Ohio State, the game.
Yeah, I mean, usually the game is Mount Carmel versus Loyola.
Or even like Mount Carmel versus Rita in the past.
I don't think that's going to be – this is going to be the game for the next couple of years, in my opinion. The Brother Rice sophomore class is loaded. The junior class is loaded. The Mount Carmel junior class is loaded. The Mount Carmel sophomore class is loaded. In my opinion, this is going to be the game of the year happening tonight live for you guys to watch.
Yeah, I mean, get your popcorn, get your Uber Eats, get your DoorDash. Like, you should not be leaving your seats for this game. This is going to be such a good game. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up for it. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm at a loss for words, truly. I mean,
I'm with you, TJ. I'm not gonna say I lost sleep for this game, but I definitely been going to bed later thinking about Mount Carmel versus Brother Rice tonight. It's gonna be, I mean, Rice, they want Carmel. They said it themselves. We want Carmel, and it's gonna be. There's so much to prove for both teams. It's the biggest go out and get it type of game. The team who wins this game will be the best team in the state, most likely for the rest of the year, and you won't be able to take that away. This is a huge. I'm seeing so much about it on social media. There's going to be.
It's everywhere.
I predict this
it's been everywhere since last week.
I predict this game will exceed Barter-Dowling Stadium's attendance record by a lot because everyone is coming to this game. It's going to be a sellout for sure.
It's a South Side rivalry. It's Mount Carmel versus Brother Rice. It is pure cinema here tonight. TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I think they might need to start selling rooftop tickets for excess people, but it's going to be a good game, obviously. I got Carmel pulling it off. It's going to be a good game. I got Carmel 38, Rice 21.
Cal?
Yeah, I mean, last year I hated walking home from school and seeing the occasional Rice guy, saying something about that win. That hurt the Caravan. That hurt Emmett Dowling. That was the game he started. He's now our starting quarterback.
He's out for blood this game.
Yeah, it's going to mean a lot to him. This is the game. Even if the Caravan won state last year, but it just didn't feel the same. They lost to Rice. Rice won their Super Bowl last year. This game, it's also Coach Lynch's birthday. Huge get-back game for him. All the chips are in for this one. I really hope Mount Carmel wins. I can't fade against my guys. I think it's going to be Mount Carmel 35, Brother Rice 28 in a shootout with a lot of scores.
I think it's going to be a great game here tonight. This is the game of the year. As I'm going to say countless times on this broadcast, this is the game of the year. Brother Rice is that five-star edge, and Cameron McGee. They got Braden Parks. They got King Liggins. They're a fantastic team. They're going to be great. Mount Carmel's got a great defensive line. Brother Rice is going to line up Cameron McGee at wide receiver, which is something I've only ever seen in an edge in Nate Marshall, who's playing at Michigan right now. That is a great advantage to have. And, what scares me is Cameron McGee has hands. He can go up over your head and catch the ball, which is scary tonight for Mount Carmel's defensive backs.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've said it's the game of the year about 6 or 7 times so far already.
A lot of times.
But, I mean, yeah, I do not want to be going.
No. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be someone going up against that guy. In my opinion, I don't think this game is going to be close. I think Mount Carmel is going to take the ball and they're going to run with it. I got Mount Carmel in this game 42-14.
Yeah, you know who else you don't want to go up against? Quentin Burrell. And they're going to see him all 4 quarters. I think he's going to be a pivotal player. Rice has got his name circled, got it highlighted, got in bold for sure. Because what he's shown is so much that he's the best receiver in the state, and he's an impact factor in the game. You let him get out in space, get a kick return, game's over. So that's what I hope the Caravan could do.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is, as I'm going to say for the 8th time, this is the game of the year. We're going to go to commercial and see you in about 30 seconds.
Caravan. Men together, focused on a common goal. Aiming for excellence, grounded in faith. For 123 years and counting. Forming men for leadership. We are MC.
Let's preview the game of the year. This game's going to take place at Barter-Dowling Stadium. Home of the Caravan, the 5-0 Crusaders will be in the house of the 5-0 Caravan, ranked number 1 in the state. This game's going to take place 7:30 p.m. October 3rd, 2025. Let's look at the offensive stats this year for the Caravan. Emmett Dowling has completed 139 passes and thrown for 1,298 yards. Wow, that's a big number. I couldn't even say that.
I mean, yeah, and that's also with the help of Quentin Burrell. You know, he's got 550 of those yards, 30 receptions. That's great, over 100 yards per game, and he's been just having a great year. I only see him going up from here. I think, like you said, you do not want to be going against Quentin Burrell for all 4 quarters. He's going to have a career game against Rice today. I think he wants it. I think he wants it more than anyone else.
Yeah.
He does want it.
And, I mean, Emmett Dowling also 149 rushing yards. That's the team leading. Those rushing yards, 149, I bet 148 of them are coming in pivotal moments. Like, you see, we get to the goal line, Coach Lentz trusts Dowling with the ball. He trucks a linebacker.
Emmett hasn't fumbled yet this year. Knock on wood, but Emmett hasn't fumbled yet this year.
Yeah, strong runner. That's something I was talking to guys, and they said one thing they noticed about Emmett's progression is became such a better runner.
Yeah.
He's rushed for a couple TDs every game, and it's once he gets to the goal line, it's hard to stop him. So
yeah.
That's what you see out of great quarterbacks, though. As they develop, they see the field better. They know when they don't have something downfield, and they create plays on their feet. They roll out of the pocket. They're comfortable in those situations, though, which is really great to see out of Emmett.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at one of the best defenses in the state of Illinois, the Mount Carmel Caravan. Roman Igwebuike, 4-star middle linebacker, leads the way with the tackles this year. 42 total tackles. Caravan have forced 5 fumbles this year and have returned one of those for a 95-yard touchdown.
Along with all those fumbles, they have 11 sacks. That's really good. And a dark horse from that is Darian Graham, who has 2.5 sacks with Gavin Contra following.
You know, he's kind of emerged from the shadows this year.
Yeah, him and Gavin Contra. I'm very impressed with the two of them. They have been key defensive players. You have a lot of big names. You have Bone Crusher. You have Braden Jones. You have Joey Quint, who draws so much attention from opposing offenses. And then you have guys, you know, who fly under the radar, who should be getting so much more credit.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to look at the DBs later right now. But, right now the Caravan 6 pass breakups with 6 interceptions. 1 interception and 1 pass breakup a game is not too shabby. One of those returned for 80 yards, an 80-yard touchdown. Yeah,
the Caravan, I mean, they're averaging, a takeaway a game. Against Rice, they're going to need a takeaway. They're going to need 1, maybe even 2. If they get an interception and a fumble, that's huge. That's 14 points that the Caravan will have a chance to put up extra on top of their offense already performing. So a takeaway is necessary for beating Brother Rice.
Yeah, let's take a look at some key players. As we said, the defensive backs are going to be the key to winning this game. Number 2, a junior cornerback, Tavares Harrington, has 1 interception, returned and fumbled. That 1 fumble recovery for 95 yards, touchdown against Ignatius. He's got 4.5 tackles for loss for 14 yards as well.
Yeah, and then we got another junior. We got Colin Winters, who had that pick 6 for 80 yards against Bennett. He's 4th on the team with 20 tackles, 10 alone, 10 assisted. That's really impressive, and I like to see junior guys stepping up when senior captains like Patrick Brakey are out with turf toe.
Yeah, I mean, and also number 13, senior defensive back Dean Kempf, who's playing linebacker and defensive back. He has an interception and a forced fumble. That's 2 takeaways just by him alone. Also coming in pivotal moments. That interception against Ignatius basically put the game on ice, and he had a forced fumble against St. Rita. So huge from Dean Kempf, so we'll see a lot more from him.
Yeah, hope to see a lot more also from junior cornerback number 16, Brandon Roger. He's got 1 interception that came against Bennett for 6 yards. He's got 15 total tackles. 5 of those are unassisted. 10 of those are assisted tackles. The Caravan defensive backs are looking great this year. In the past couple years, it's kind of been one of the weaker position groups this year, but, that has changed with Coach Draco Smith, taking over, making those cornerbacks one of the better rooms in Mount Carmel again.
Shout out to Coach Draco. He works very hard. And also, 3 of those guys in the list you mentioned, Rocco, are juniors. So we're going to see them next year, too. So they're going to get even better. That's the great thing about this Caravan roster is that they're so talented and they're still young. So we're going to have these guys next year.
Yeah, let's take a look at Quentin Burrell, Mount Carmel's 5-star wide receiver. The Burrell file, built on Dante, Quentin Burrell, junior wide receiver. He's a team leader in receiving yards with 550. He's got 247 yards on the kickoff return, and he's got 16 punt return yards for a total of 813 yards. TJ?
I mean, over 150 yards a game. That's all you really need to say. He's a 5-star for a reason. 8 touchdowns on the year. This could very easily be a 20-touchdown game or a 20-touchdown year from him. I could see it happening, and he's still got another year ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, a 20-touchdown game would be sweet, but also he's got 2 touchdowns, kick returns, brought 2 back, actually the past 2 weeks, brought 1 back against Bennett and against Ignatius. Taking a little load off the offense, getting them up 7 points, a free 7 points, is so huge, especially when playing Brother Rice.
For
if
sure.
he brings one back, that'll be insane. You'll see that one on Instagram because those kick returns are huge, and that's one of the things Burrell does best that people don't talk about.
Yeah, you know, he's got 30-plus Division I offers for a reason.
I mean, if he returns a TD this game, I think that net in our end zone might be coming down.
The net's already down.
Oh, it is?
The net's already down. We're prepared. This game, the Caravan are going yellow. The Grand Slam throwbacks first introduced in 2021 for the Caravan's Week 7 game against St. Lawrence. Celebrate the Grand Slam completed in 1991. You know, the Caravan went for a 4-peat. They're looking to do that this year. Since that game against Lawrence, they're 9-0. You know, I don't want to, good luck. It's good luck. These jerseys appear to be good luck. Week 7 when they debuted against St. Lawrence, they won 48-13, and then against Batavia, that game that we all remember so well. You know, the legacy of Matt Malloy, and I mean, what just happened? That was crazy. That game was insane. Mount Carmel won that game 16-14.
Yeah. I remember watching that game on my couch in my living room. I saw that. It was definitely PI. I don't think you can argue about that.
Nope.
And I mean,
that basically started the Mount Carmel versus Batavia kind of rivalry,
that
grudge
clash,
that happened. Yeah, that was an amazing game. I remember that happening. I believe that was Denny Furlong who made some key plays.
Untimed play. You know, took a snap at quarterback, was supposed to throw it away, didn't throw it, kept it in for himself.
And brought it in. That's an amazing game. Those jerseys are sharp. I'm excited to see. You see a lot of big wins. They beat Rice in 22 wearing those jerseys, so hopefully we can recreate something like that.
Yeah. 2023 against Carmel Catholic, there's only one Carmel in this state, and that's Mount Carmel, 37-16. And then the most points ever scored at Barton Stadium came wearing these jerseys when the Caravan won 64-27 against Batavia. And also the most points from an opposing team also came at Barton Stadium wearing these jerseys when Normal Community gave us an absolute run for our money last year, 49-42.
Yeah, Batavia hates seeing those yellow pants, especially after the Batavian blowout, which I believe they called that game. That was another fun one to watch. So a lot of magic happens when we wear these jerseys.
This game is going to be won in the trenches. As I mentioned, the Crusaders have a fantastic defensive line, but the Caravan might have a better offensive line. At left tackle, Claude Puma, transfer from Phillips, 6'8", he's going to Nebraska. Lamont Miller, a 3-year varsity starter, 6'3" at left guard. He's got an offer to play football at Western Illinois. Declan Gill is 6'4", second-year starter at center. He's got a couple Division I offers, Western Illinois and Drake. Tim Harkins, 6'1" at right guard. One of the greatest players you'll ever see. Kind of reminds me a lot of Nick Lewanski from last year.
Yeah, he gets in there. He's not a – what I really like, he's there for Emmett. Mm-hmm. After every touchdown Emmett scores.
Two guys that grew up together playing football together.
Yeah. But he always gives Emmett a little lift off. They're really close friends, and Tim is there to protect him. He does everything he can. He gets gritty. He loves what he does.
Yeah, Tim's awesome. Me and him actually go to the same barber. A kid that went to Most Holy Redeemer. Good kid. Pivotal Pullman. You see, he might not have those offers, but don't act like he's not a pivotal player for this Caravan line. No,
and at right tackle, Chase Clark, who picked up his first Division I offer this weekend from NIU. The reserves are Zion Elliott, a 6'1" center/right tackle. Buka Odaluga, who's a 6'5" right guard. He's great, and he's really good in those goal line packages when they need a big block. And then a guy who's not an offensive lineman but can sometimes turn into one, Landon Carter, a 6'3" combo guard. He can play anywhere on the O-line that you need him to.
You know what's crazy about this entire list? Their average height is 6'4", and their shortest guy is 6'1".
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're all huge.
Mm-hmm. Everyone is over 6'3" besides one of them.
Yeah.
Let's meet the Blue. The Week 2 of CCL Blue play starts today. Let's take a look at the standings. The Crusaders and Caravan are tied for first, both undefeated in their conference. Loyola and Ignatius, though, are both defeated. Loyola, losing to Rice, and Ignatius losing to Carmel. But other than that, Loyola's 3-1. They didn't have a Week 2 game. Their Week 2 got canceled, and then Ignatius is under 500. 2-3, they hopefully look to bounce back from that.
I hate to say this too early, but it's not looking like the same CCL Blue
No.
we're used to, where like everyone is comp with each other.
Yeah, back when St. Rita was in the CCL Blue, I believe that was our freshman year, 2022. That was one of the best CCL Blues I've ever watched.
Was Marist in there too that year?
Marist was in there too, I think.
Yeah,
over
we
Brother
played
Rice.
them at home. Yes. Yeah, CCL Blue, best conference. One of the best, probably
The
the
best
best
conference
in
in
Illinois.
the state.
Yeah, one of the underrated slept-on conference, I'd say, in the country. You see those. But those are 4 teams that play hard, and Carmel versus Rice, that's going to determine the best team in the CCL Blue. It just adds on to the aspect of how big this game is.
Not even the CCL Blue, but the state.
The state.
Let's take a look at our middle linebacker, Roman Igwebuike, the Igwebuike file, built on Dante. Roman Igwebuike, a junior middle linebacker. Second-year starter on the Caravan. He transferred in from Crown Point middle of his freshman year. Told me he's loving the school. Told me he's felt a lot of the brotherhood recently. He leads the team in tackles with 42. He's got 18 unassisted and 24 assisted. 2 tackles for a loss for 11 yards, and those TFLs are huge. Those TFLs have come at huge times. Right here you can see one, and then, against Ignatius, or against, I believe it was against St. Rita, he had another big one.
I mean, yeah, he's loving Mount Carmel, and Mount Carmel's loving him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got sack, forced fumble recovery, 40-plus T1 offers.
Insane. He picked up his 40th from Nebraska last Friday.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can name 40 Division I schools,
Definitely
if I'm being
not.
honest. So he's a pivotal player. You also see he's not the biggest guy. Like, if you see, he's not huge, but he doesn't let that affect him. He could drop back in pass coverage. He could blitz. He could be a secondary linebacker. He could do it all. Very versatile player.
And, the last 5 times that these teams have played each other has been great games. Absolutely electric game last year where Rice, I hate to say it was electric, but, it was electric. Rice beat us on that field goal. That was in the CCL Blue during the regular season. 2023, Mount Carmel absolutely whooped Brother Rice 42-7 in the CCL Blue regular season. 2022, me and TJ's freshman year, 48-12. That was that undefeated Mount Carmel State team. Oh, that was in the quarterfinals. And again in 2022, Mount Carmel won that game 28-21. CCL Blue in the regular season. And then in 2021, Brother Rice won 47-21, and that eliminated Mount Carmel from the playoffs. But then Rice was eliminated in the next round.
Yeah, that was Jack Lausch's team.
Yeah,
I
that
believe.
team
That
was
another
great.
fun game.
That team was great. Let's take a look at Rocco's keys to the game. We got to get a touchdown early, and we got to start off hot. Absolutely necessary to score at least 2 touchdowns in the first half, or in the first quarter. I apologize. You got to protect Emmett, with that Brother Rice D-line and that great Mount Carmel O-line. No sacks can be allowed. You got to establish the run early. Start running the ball hard. This is going to be my biggest one. You got to contain C.J. Gray, who is a fantastic scrambler. He kind of reminds me a lot of Lamar Jackson, where he's got that great arm, but he can also scramble very well. Another thing, no fourth downs. Mount Carmel cannot get into a 4th down scenario here where coach just has to decide between punting and then going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I would say Carmel's biggest weakness right now as a team is defending rushing quarterbacks. Archbishop Moeller's quarterback,
Matt Ponatoski scrambled a lot.
Great on the feet, had a couple 100 yards. It felt like it'd be 3rd and 15. He's chasing around, and then boom, he breaks a 45-yard run, and Caravan cannot let that up. If they contain him to under 100, under 50 rushing yards, it's going to be huge.
And another great point Rocco brought up is starting off hot. It takes the Caravan a couple of
the Caravan are a second quarter team. I believe I was looking at stats the other day.
Yeah.
They have scored the most points in the second quarter compared to any other quarter.
But, I mean, they start off slow in that first quarter, and then you said, first drive, they get to a 4th down situation, and then they have to go for it. And, it can work against bad teams if they turn it over on downs. But again,
this isn't a bad team we're playing. This is not a team where you want to be stuck on 4th down with that tough decision. Because let's say you don't punt and you go for it on 4th and 3 at your own 35.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You're giving one of the best offenses in the state a chance to score very easily.
And I mean, on top of that, you're giving them the momentum, too.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be electric if they stop you on 4th down. Then you have to bring in the defense, and that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Dean's only got 1 punt this year. I hope we could keep it that way, because Carmel, Coach Lynch is known, if
Not-
it's 4th
not-
and 11,
he's
he's
going
not
for it.
afraid to keep going for it. So I hope the Caravan don't even have to worry about that. We just march down the field, make it easy, and not have to put the pressure on ourselves.
While we're always worrying about this week, we're always looking ahead. Next week, the Caravan are going to play at Joliet Catholic in the Carmelite Classic. Joliet, who isn't looking like the best team this year. Week 8 against Fenwick, that's going to be senior night here, Mount Carmel. The Caravan Media Group will have that game live for you. Brendan and Cal have the call. Week 9, we're going to go up to Loyola Academy in the first time we've ever played there on a Friday night, which I am very excited to go there for that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I remember our freshman year, we played them Saturday afternoon. Again, that was a pretty fun time. But,
Shout out Bruno Cologne for driving me up there.
That was right after I had a cross-country meet
Yeah.
before that. I went straight there.
Playoffs are to be determined, but the Caravan have clinched a playoff spot with their win last week.
Yeah, seeing the word playoffs doesn't even look right. I don't know about you guys, but that seemed like
This
so
game
far down the road.
This season just started.
I feel like it's crazy to even think that playoffs, we'd have a playoff game.
As always, this broadcast is presented by members of the Caravan Media Group, moderated by Mrs. Eleanor Menke and Mr. Tony DiFilippo. This game is going to be announced by Brendan Dagler and Cal Cavazos. On field is going to be me and Aaron Heiler. Our video and audio producers are Jonathan Aiken, Wyatt Knight, Gavin McGovern, and Matt Clark. Behind the camera, Danny Moody. Technically directed by Mr. Jeff Pra, and this pregame show was hosted by myself, TJ Kolke, and Cal Cavazos.
Yep.
Caravan fans, tune your TVs to Marquee because now we're going to head over to Marquee Sports Network. Thank you all so much for joining me. My name is Rocco Lopez, TJ Kolke, and Cal Cavazos. We're going to see you in just about 30 minutes. Thank you for joining us. Tune your channels to Marquee.